Hi Givers, how's it going? It's been a while since I've filmed one of these, but I have been in the mood to make something for this channel, specifically a little like makeup-y video. So I've done like a makeup tutorial slash like how I do my stream makeup video before, but in that video when I watched it back, I didn't really talk about like the specific products I used. And I think since then I've gotten new stuff that I've been like a really big fan of and that I use on the regular. So today we're starting barefaced and I'm gonna walk you through some of my favorite products in different categories. Specifically, I'm thinking of highlighting some of my favorite face products, some of my favorite eye products, and some of my favorite lip products. So I'll name everything specifically and probably do links down below, but this is just kind of a showcase of the makeup I like using every day. Starting off with face, I'm gonna be the first to admit I'm not very good at skincare, but even the most basic skincare girlies know that the #1 step to do every day is to do sunscreen. So it took me a while to find a really good like face sunscreen that I liked, and the one I've landed on is this. This is the e.l.f. Skin Suntouchable Whoa Glow. As I'm sure many people have encountered, the issue that I had with a lot of sunscreens for the face is that like it left a white cast or it left me feeling like really, really oily. Even a lot of the more popular suggestions I've heard other people use, I just always ran into those issues, especially because my face is already pretty oily. But this one has not given me that problem at all. And since I've used it, I actually like to and remember to use sunscreen. Every other sunscreen I avoided using because I just didn't like the feeling of it. I have not run into that issue with this. So this is what we're gonna start with today. I'm actually almost out of this. I really need to restock. So if it doesn't come out, or squirts everywhere, that's what she said. Don't mind me. Okay, see, this is about how much I do. It's not even that much, just like one finger. And then from here, I just kind of like distribute. Little bit everywhere. This actually might even be too much. Don't forget to get the neck. And then rub it in. Forgive my finger sticking out today. As you can see, I injured myself. If you're curious, I stabbed myself with a corkscrew when I was trying to open a bottle of wine. I know, it's probably the most Fyre thing you've ever heard. Watch my face turn red just from touching it. I'm one of those people where like if I agitate my skin or like if I do anything like this, my skin's like, oh, what if I just light up? It'll go away. But if you jump back in the video and I'm like a nice even brown color and then suddenly I'm red, you know why. Okay, all rubbed in and you can see not really a white cast or anything, just my skin looking a little shinier than usual. So not too oily, nothing too crazy. But first layer, sunscreen, always start with it. Second step is very optional, but I'm a big fan of like a priming spray. And the priming spray that I was waiting to get restocked for like literally months and finally came back is the Trixie Cosmetics First Base Priming Spray. It's got this really, really cute bottle and this really, really nice, like, I don't know, peachy smell. And I know she developed it to have like lots of good for your skin. What those things are, I don't know, I'm not a makeup person, but I like the way it feels and I like the way it gets me ready to do makeup stuff. So this is my second step. And you just spritz it all over. Just let it dry. Oh, you know what? I have the perfect thing to dry it with. I don't usually use this, but I'm in my office, so I have access to this. This is what I'll use to dry it today. Feels good. Now we can properly say my face is all prepped. It's time to actually go in with the makeup-y products. For my concealer, I'm currently using the Maybelline New York Instant Rewind Eraser. I'm actually not a huge fan of this product. Like I even broke the little like clicky thing. You're supposed to be able to click it and more stuff comes up, but it just doesn't work anymore. So this is what I'm going in with. I'm still looking for my favorite concealer though. So if you have any concealer recommendations, leave them down below, please. I'm still looking for them, but we're starting with this. So, and I really don't go too crazy on concealer. I only try to do like under my eyes and then like the tops of my cheeks because I have obviously dark circles as everyone does. And then not necessarily rosacea, but I've got pretty like patchy upper cheeks, I guess you could say, probably just from like acne and shit. So I just smudge a little bit on there. And again, probably not even much as I should because this thing is broken. I don't recommend this, but I'm using it because I like having a concealer. just not necessarily this one. And then I just take a big brush and kind of blend it a little bit. It doesn't look on camera like that much is happening, but that's kind of the point. I really just use the concealer as like a first step to get everything decent. See, just kind of gets it to like a neutral, even space. At least I try to. Okay. Then next up, this is actually a product I do recommend. I go in usually with like powder foundations, and I use two, and I just kind of blend them because I don't know what my actual skin color is. But when I use these together, I kind of get what I'm looking for. First, also Maybelline, we've got the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Complete. You can see how much I've used this. I've literally reached pan on this, but I'm still cracking at it. This is my favorite like lighter shade. It's just never done me wrong. And I know you can see it's like much lighter than my skin color, but like it's a good brightening base that I like to use. And then for my darker shade, I do use also Maybelline, the City Bronzer. I'm less of a fan of this. I think I'm still looking for like a bronzer or a darker shade to blend that I'm like really a fan of, but this is my ride or die. I typically start with just a little bit of the City Bronzer, and then I kind of layer this on top of it, and then in the process of blending, it gets somewhere to the color of my skin. I don't know. I like kind of freeballing it when it comes to makeup, if you couldn't tell. But for the bronzer, I kind of tend to use the same brush I blended the my concealer with, and I just kind of smudge, tap, 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 tap. And then kind of blend it out. Also, if you're like a professional makeup person and you're like, hey, Fyre, you don't know how to blend, I know. Trust me, I know. Like here, just the sides of my nose. I used to use a much thinner brush to do like the nose contour, but like I don't care that much. And again, I'm not in love with this contour, so I kind of use a ton of it because I'm trying to get rid of it so I can go find a new one that I like better. But see, I put on the contour and you're like, okay, Fyre, you're looking a little too brown. I agree. That's why we whiten it out with my go-to Super Stay and then blend, and then it all works out. It's magic. So I don't even ever use a brush for this. I just use the fucked up little pad that came with it. Probably way more than I should, but I can't help it. I love things that are easy and stupid. And you can see like I just go in crazy style with this, just a ton. Look like a skeleton, boo. So we got the dark and the light, and then we blender. I'm just gonna go in and do some pat, 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 pat. And see, look, when I put it all together, it actually looks like it's the color of my skin, or like what's supposed to be. Magic. That's the power of blending. Anyways, that's kind of it for skin. Let's go to eyes, or like upper eye area, nose and up. I'll show you what I like to use. Starting out for my eyebrows, I don't believe in eyebrow gel. I know it looks good on most girlies, but like, I don't know, I can't be bothered to use it. So literally what I do, I take this old mascara that I really shouldn't be using on my eyes anymore, and I just flick it through my eyebrows, literally just to make them like an even shade throughout. Because if you look closely, you can see it's like, it's a little lighter in that area right here. And I just kind of brush them through until I get like an even color. Mostly that little like spot in the middle is what I'm trying to cover up. And like, that's it. For eyeshadow, my favorite palette of all time is the Ctrl Alt Glam palette from Colourpop. I just love these colors. It's all the like lovely bisexual colors, the pinks, the purples, the blues, and then a bunch of like nice neutrals. So I want to say the vast majority of my makeup looks that I do, at the very least on stream, end up using this palette. Or if not this palette, definitely another Colourpop palette, because I really love the way they mix their eyeshadows. Just the pigment is so nice and so wonderful. So today, I'm probably gonna go in with this like little corner, and we like blend them together. I think that could work. We'll go in with that. So I always start off using my like thinner brush and just kind of like packing it in. So I'm gonna start, usually I do darker colors on the bottom and then lighter as you go up. So for that little set, we're gonna start with the purple-ish, you can see, and just kind of pack it on the bottom. And then do that on both sides. Then, same brush, we're gonna take that pink and pack it on top. Then I'm gonna take kind of a bigger brush and try to blend it out just a little bit. Kind of clean up, I missed a little in the inner corner there, but what can you do? And you can see what I'm aiming for is kind of like a nice cute little ombre where we start darker in the bottom and then we get lighter as we go out. And then finally for the little like shimmery bit right here, honestly, I find it better if I just use my finger and just kind of like swipe over like that. I don't know if I'm feeling this shimmer anymore. I might just do the white shimmer on the inner corner of my eyes. I feel like that's what I'm feeling a little more today. So we're gonna do that, just literally with my finger and then go in. And I think the light in the corner just kind of like draws your eyes a little bit more towards the center here without like overdoing it. And that's kind of a pretty typical look that I'll do with this palette. So again, just some of those base colors and then a shimmer on top. What color and what shimmers? Depends on the day, but this is what we're feeling today. Next up is eyeliner. How much eyeliner I use really depends on the day. Some days I go kind of crazy, some days I go kind of subtle. I'm gonna try to lean towards subtle today because I don't wanna mess up this look that I have going on right now. But I use usually like 1 to 2 eyeliners, just like a black and a white. For the black right now, I'm using the Trixie Cosmetics Hotline pen liner, just this nice simple black. Another good black is the Colourpop one. I forget what it's called, Bestie Liner. I use that when I'm not using this one. And then also another shout out to Colourpop here. I have their white Bestie liquid liner. And this is what I'm gonna be using on my under eye. And this is what I'm gonna be using actually for the eyeliner. I just like using a combination of these to like draw more attention to the top of the eye and then like brighten the under eye. So we're gonna start with the black and I'm gonna try not to fuck it up. Do I dare touch it more? I might just leave it like that because I'm scared of making it worse. Hold on, let me do the other side. Hold on. See, look, I can independently close this eye of the other one. I can't do the other way, so watch me hold this down. Oh God, ooh, what happened? A lot happened. I had a feeling that would happen. Hold on, we'll fix it, we fix this. Okay, a little messy, but I think on camera this is about as good as we're gonna get. At least for upper eye. Lower eye is a lot less complicated. I literally just do kind of like a line of white near the bottom center, again, just to like draw your attention towards the middle. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And there we have our eyeliner on. Then last step is, of course, mascara. I just go in with the Maybelline Sky High New York. Just gonna take another Q-tip and clean it up. And that's it for eyes. I said we were done with face, but I kind of lied because I want to do just a little bit of blush. For me, blush is a lot like eyeliner and that sometimes I go crazy with it, sometimes I barely use any. So I'm gonna do a very small amount of blush today. This is the Colourpop blush. Again, not like my favorite blush. I think I'm still looking for like my it blush, but I just kind of take a little bit and smudge, smudge, smudge. And even if it looks like I use a lot, my skin eats it immediately because I have that kind of skin. What can I say? So just a little bit though, just to like brighten me up. Also in the skin category, because again, I lied and I love lying, I have recently been using this highlighter. Again, it's Colourpop Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon highlighter. I just really like how like cute and shimmery it is. So what I'll do is I'll just take like a swipe right here, again on my finger, and then whoop, a little bit on the tops of my cheeks. Just for like a little bit of ooh, shimmery glow, you know. I don't know, I've been into it lately. Last product. First, I'm gonna do a shout out for a product that I'm not using, but is like just still very near and dear to my heart. I go all over the place with lipstick sometimes. In fact, sometimes when I do my makeup, I'll change my mind on lipstick, probably like 5 separate times. And whenever I feel like I'm about to ruin a lipstick look, the one lipstick that always saves it is this. This is HR Honey by Trixie. It's just this gorgeous chocolate brown. Again, I'm not using it today, but I highly recommend if you ever like don't know what to do for lips. This is such a good like dark neutral, I guess you can say. And I love it, and I love that it comes in this heart little shaped container. I love her products so much. I need to buy more Trixie products, I gotta say. I only got like 3, but they're all amazing. Today, what we're actually gonna do is, to no one's surprise, another Colourpop product. I bought these Sailor Moon / Colourpop glossy lipsticks, and I loved them, and I loved the way they look so much that I went out immediately and bought 2 more. I just think these pinks and purples go so well with my favorite eyeshadow that I just think they combo wonderfully. They're just a really easy thing to throw on if I don't want to deal with the whole like lipstick, lip liner, etc. thing. But I think I'm just gonna go in with this today and literally just slather it on. Again, I just love how easy they are. And just like that, just like a little glossy, shimmering, nice pink. And I think it really like, I don't know, again, just goes so well with that palette. And with that, that's the look and that's the products that I like using. So sometimes I go in with like a setting spray at the end, but I don't have one right now that like is really like doing it for me. If you have any suggestions, again, leave it in the comments, let me know. But this is kind of my daily look. Maybe a little scuffed because I did it on camera and I'm not used to doing it on camera. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and giving me some time to talk about my makeup and my favorite products. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you around at some point. I don't know. I make a video on this channel once in a blue moon these days. But take care. Fyre signing off. Bye, gamers.